Mario, welcome.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great to meet you all. Great to see you again.
Oh,
I'm
thank you
very
so much.
happy and very excited that I'll be coming to Turkey to sing
Yeah.
for you again and to
Oh,
be together with you. And
yes.
I'm very, very excited to be singing in Istanbul and in
Yeah.
Izmir and in, in Ankara as
Ankara,
well. And to be
three
able
concerts.
to sing with my great friend Borju Hanje. And of
Oh,
course,
cool.
to be able to sing both in Turkish and in Italian and in
Oh,
English and all the great songs that we have sung so
wow.
far.
Wow, great repertoire. We are very excited. Welcome now.
Thank you, my friend.
First question, Mario. You are known all around the world, but I always wonder, how did singing begin your in childhood? What did you feel the first time you realized your voice?
Um, I started singing since I was very young. I joined choirs when I was very young. I didn't think singing was my number one. My
Mm.
love was mostly about being an actor. I wanted to be an actor in
Oh,
movies. I saw Fred Astaire, Marlon Brando, Frank Sinatra,
cool.
all the great actors, and I really wanted to be an actor who sings, not really a singer. So I
Mm.
went to drama school in London at the
Oh,
Guildhall School, wanting to be an actor in movies and to be able to perform as an actor on stage.
yeah.
And singing sort of came afterwards, having won the Maria Callas scholarship and I started studying opera at a later
Yeah.
stage, But
Yeah.
singing became very, very important in my life, and especially when I signed with Sony Classical, and
Yeah.
I was the answer to Andrea Bocelli because Andrea Bocelli became very well known as a classical crossover tenor. And of course, that's when I realized that that's the kind of path my life has given me, in that sense. And sort of, I always liked tenors, in the
Yeah.
past, like Mario Lanza, like the great tenors that you see in the various movies, for example. But
Yeah.
I never thought of a classical singer of being like a very good looking person, that kind of thing, And then I saw Jose Carreras
Yeah.
in Carmen in
Oh,
Greece in a very big theater in the Herodaticos, in an ancient theater, with Agnes Balza playing Carmen, and I was like, oh my God, I was so thrilled by the beauty of the voice and
yeah.
his personality on stage. And I thought, my God, maybe I could be like that one day. Maybe I could
Wow.
be on stage singing so beautifully. Maybe I can learn how to sing. Maybe I can be that kind of singer, And I was
Yeah.
only 17, 18 years old when I saw him. So,
Oh,
my life, the way things turned out to be, I went to drama school in London for 3 years. And a few years later, a friend of mine heard me sing, like joking, in drama school. And he said, Mario, you're a real tenor. You have a tenor's
oh.
voice. And I said, no, 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 I'm just joking. I'm just. And
Wow.
and then he put me forward to a very, very well known producer and head of the Maria Callas scholarships in Greece, which was happening 3 days later after
Yeah.
the day we spoke.
Yeah.
And I had to learn 3 arias in one day and then travel to Greece. And third day, I had won the scholarship. So it was all luck, and it was all about life
Yeah.
and how things turned out to be. And that's how I started learning opera.
Wow. that's a, that's a different story. Very, very,
I
very
know.
nice. Did your acting training contribute to your singing career?
Yes,
Ah,
very much, because I think every song is like a theater play. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's why I think it's very, very important that we have to see each song like a play, in a sense. You have
yeah.
to really love your singing. You have to know what you're singing about. You have to know what the writer wanted to put across to the audience. And it's very, very important that I sing lyrics that I really enjoy and believe in. I can't sing silly pop songs, unfortunately, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I never became a great pop singer in that sense, you know. I became a classical crossover singer.
Yeah.
I needed to know what I'm singing about, you know. That's why I love great singers like, you know, like Freddie Mercury, for example, and like, you know, Maestro Livaneli in Turkey, you know, who writes amazing songs. And he has given the world, you know, not only Turkey, but the whole world, beautiful, beautiful music and beautiful lyrics that are very, very important from the heart and from the mind. And it's not just the political songs, it's the social songs and the songs that are very important to people's minds and hearts, you know?
Yeah. Cool. The different question. You have been very successful both in opera and the popular music. How do you manage your voice between these two styles?
You have to be, I think you can't do both styles if you're not trained in both styles. You know, you have to obviously train as an opera singer, because that's number one rule. It's like, you know, if you need to learn how to be a modern dancer, you have to learn how to dance the ballet first, because ballet is the way to dance, you know, it's the classical way of dancing. And for me, you know, I had to learn how to sing properly. You know, you need to go to a proper singing school. You have to have your singing lessons. You have to know exactly where you support your diaphragm, your singing, everything. And then it's the style, you know, so then you have to learn your style. So I think I did it the opposite way, the other way around. You know, going to drama school first, I learned how to be an actor, number one, to perform the songs before I knew how to sing. And then I learned how to sing because I won the Maria Callas Scholarship. So the Maria Callas Scholarship came later. So in a sense, it worked very well for me. It was like the perfect thing for me, because I knew how to act, I knew how to perform, I knew how to convince people that I was in love, that I had something to say that was very important to the audience, you know. And then I found out the right technique to put it across to the audience. So I learned how to hold the high notes, how to sing very well to the audience, how I can sing with a beautiful voice and not lose my voice or my sound. And it sounded very good, and it sounded very realistic and very beautiful towards the audience.
Wow, very nice. Do you have daily routines to protect your voice? For example, a special preparation before going on stage?
Of course. Well, the day that I go on stage, I don't speak to anyone. I don't pick up the phone. I only send messages to everyone, whether it's the manager, whether it's the concert promoter, whether it's anyone.
No SMS.
I don't give any interviews, nothing ever. I don't speak to anyone on the day of the performance. It's like zero. I have my breakfast in the morning. I do 5 minutes of warm up, very little. Just your body has to wake up on its own, you know. I sleep very much as I possibly can. I wake up late, and I take it very easy. I watch my Korean movies, you know, on TV or something, or Netflix, or my Turkish TV series, which I don't understand very much, but I love them. And
why? Very nice.
I watch them a lot because they're very popular also in Greece. So we watch them a lot, and that kind of thing, and try not to see something that will upset me, like the wars or things that happen in Ukraine or in Palestine or things like that at the moment, because these things, unfortunately, they upset me very much. And because I'm a human being and I have feelings and I have my own thoughts about how things should be, and how young people should not be suffering, and people who are not involved with politics and money and petrol and that kind of idea. And I try to concentrate on the fact that there is an audience who's coming to see the performance. I have to be in perfect shape. I have to be in wonderful voice, and we have to give the best of our hearts and our souls to the audience who's coming in to see your performance that day. You know, so the day of the performance is all preparing for the audience, and the day before. The day before, I don't have any rehearsals. I will have some lunch or dinner with some friends, but very private, and very small, like a small lunch or a small early dinner, so I can sleep early. Nothing too heavy, not going out, not dancing, not, you know, that kind of thing. But very quiet. Definitely not the sun, you know, like sun tanning or being in the pool and enjoying yourself too much. In the shade and looking after myself a lot. And of course, before that, a lot of work. Before that, a lot of rehearsals, making sure that we know everything, that everyone is ready, that the musicians are ready, that the conductor knows what he's performing, that we are absolutely 100% ready for the performance, you know?
Wow. It's a very hard way, but focus, only focus.
I know, but it's like with every job, you know, like you have to prepare before you see me. You organize your questions, everything is ready. You know who you're going to see. You prepare yourself, you know. Same for us. You know, we come to Turkey, we want to be very open and very loving to our audience and give them the best of ourselves that we can give to our
Thank you. When you reach high notes, do you use a special technique? Could you share a little tip with our viewers?
Yes, well, I think I use more of my classical technique, you know, there, because obviously there's a lot more breath on my lungs, you know, which I take a lower breath and a better singing technique and more air, you know, at the back of my throat, so that I can sustain the high notes. Because, you know, not all songs are the same, but especially operatic arias or on some of the songs where you have some very high notes, you need to know before you sing the high note that you will sing the high notes. You know, like a few notes before the high note, you know in your mind that that's where you're going towards. So you think, it's ready, you know. So the voice is already in preparation, you know. So you must be ready before you go there. So the technique is already fixed, you know. And it depends on the feeling. If it's a love song, then you have to do this with more smile and more love and more attention, of course.
Cool. Thank you so much, Mario. When choosing a song, what influences you the most? The story, the melody, or the lyrics?
I think the lyrics, number one, because the lyrics influences the melody and the melody, of course, influences the lyrics. And both influence how I will sing the song, because it depends. If it's a love song, then the lyrics will definitely push you towards a way of singing. Well, the thing that influences most most is the lyrics, for sure, because the lyrics are very important into how I perform a song, for sure. And the melody, of course, plays a very important role, you know, in the sense of how I'm able to perform those lyrics. And it depends. If it's a love song, it will help shape those lyrics in a fine way, you know. And I really love the idea of performing love songs. That's why most of my songs in my classical crossover repertoire are mostly love songs. And the roles I played in my life as an actor on stage have been, you know, the young lovers in the performances, you know, like Marius in Les Miserables and Raoul in Phantom and Lunta in The King and I, And a lot of the roles that I played in my career have been the young lovers and people that are in love or fight for love. And also, I believe in that. I believe that love, in the end, is the solution. Love is what helps us save the day, in a sense.
Wow.
You know?
Wow. Wow. Nice. Okay. Which piece have been the most challenging, but at the same time the most rewarding for you on stage?
I think a lot has been very challenging. Like I think classical singing has been very, very challenging in a sense. The fact that you know, singing the role of Poglione in Norma, for example, was very challenging. And we performed Norma 2 years ago with Joyce Alcuri, who played Norma. And that it was a role that I admired since I was very young, that Maria Callas performed, you know, and I sang the role of Poglione that Franco Corelli, Mario del Monaco, Placido Domingo sang, you know, all those great tenors that I really admired and adored as a young singer. And I thought, shall I do it? Because, you know, when you perform opera, you don't use your microphones or whatever, and you play in a very big theater. And the theater we performed was the Herodaticus Theater, which is 4,500 seats, 5,000 seats. So to sing in a very big theater without microphones and to really support like a classical singer, it can be very difficult sometimes. How you support and how you project and how you make a phrase very lyrical, but at the same time very dramatic and very romantic, and appeal to the audience like you're singing next to them, you know, and so that it doesn't sound too classical and too strict. So it sounds very loving and very beautiful, you know, at the same time. And so that was very challenging. But in the end, it was so rewarding and so beautiful because everyone thought that I was singing just to them, you know, like one-to-one. And that was like the biggest compliment that people could give you, you know, because the enormity of the theater was very big. The Acropolis was far away for me, you know, but when I was singing with a lot of heart and a lot of soul, and it felt like everyone was close to me, you know, close to me, like I was singing towards them. So that was the big moment that became so intimate and so close to me. So that was a big moment.
Cool.
And the other one, of course, was singing Tony at La Scala in West Side Story. And that was like an amazing moment as well, because Tony was a role I wanted to play since I was 16, 17 years old. And it's a role that really suits me again, you know, playing the young lead, the one who is in love with Maria, and the fight between the two, you know, families, between the Puerto Ricans and the Americans, and all of that. And I was the Puerto Rican boy who was in love with Maria, and you know, all of that story, of course, which was fantastic, you know, and at La Scala to sing where Giuseppe Di Stefano, you know, and Luciano Pavarotti, and my favorite tenors of all time, and to have the dressing room of these amazing people, and to go out to sing at La Scala, this amazing piece was like a fantastic gift for me, you know, really beautiful. And I think this is the great challenge when we come to Turkey, is to be able to give these gifts to the audience, you know, because this people think they're going to come and maybe see something very strict. No, they will see something very beautiful and very remarkable, with a lot of different colors, you know, from Cats and from Phantom and from Miss Saigon and from, you know, the beautiful, beautiful moments that have given us so much joy in our life. And Bojo Hanja is a fantastic singer, and we sang Phantom of the Opera together, you know, at the Volkswagen Arena in Istanbul, and that was like fantastic and sold out show, and that gave us the opportunity to come back to Turkey now, this time with a lot more strength, and to perform more concerts, you know, also in Izmir
Yes, I will be in
Ankara.
Izmir. I will be in Izmir.
Are you coming?
Yeah, I'm living in Izmir. I will be in
Ah,
Izmir.
Emre,
Yes,
thank
yes, yes.
you.
I
Fantastic.
came. Very nice. Has there been a teacher or artist in your life who changed your path and deeply influenced you?
I would say the one who influenced me the most, in a sense, because he was also a personal friend, was a great
Yeah.
tenor, an amazing tenor. His name was Alfredo Kraus, and he did Alfredo with Maria Callas many years ago in 1959. And that was, the Lisbon Traviata, which is very famous. And Maria Callas was in the best vocal shape, ever. And he told me all those stories with Maria and how grateful he was towards her as a singer, and how she taught him how to act, in a sense, And I said, how did she teach you how to act? He said she was so real. When she was singing, and when she was holding me, she was like, Alfredo, please don't let me, please, will you love me? And she was so real that I could only be real when I was answering. I could only say, yes, of course, I will love you. What's wrong?
Wow.
That gave me, as a young student, the perfect, how do you call it? The perfect gift, in a sense, from a teacher to a student, to study very hard and to concentrate on being real when I'm on stage. You have to be truthful. You can't just sing like that and think everybody will understand and think that everybody will believe you. You have to be very real. When you sing a duet, you need to look at someone else's eyes and speak to them and be real with them and be truly romantic, because otherwise the audience will know. The audience knows. The audience are not some people who just come in, they give money and they go away and that's it. People are very clever. And, and Turkish people, they know. They're a very clever audience. They know who's coming in to take the money and run, or who comes in and respects their money and their audience and their minds. And this is what I want to have as an audience.
Wow, thank you. You have performed in many places around the world. What is it like to sing in different cultures? Does the energy of the audience change?
The energy of the audience, of course, changes. And, like I sang in Tokyo with the Tokyo Philharmonic Orchestra, and in China many times, and also with Sarah Brightman, and in Asia, many times in Asia, including, China and Tokyo, of course, and in Singapore and Thailand, and, many beautiful places, many concerts. And they are, it's a different kind of audience, in a sense, than Turkish audience or Greek audience. Turkish audience and Greek audience are more giving, more loving, more alive,
Yes, very emotional.
More emotional. And Spanish audiences are more emotional, and and Italian are very emotional. But I think in Tokyo they said to me, please don't worry if people are very quiet and very serious when they see your concert, and they're like this, and they look at the program, and they don't say too much, and they are very quiet. I'm telling you, it was not like that. By the end of the concert, everybody was up, screaming, shouting, bravo, bravo, So I was like very happy. And in China, my God, China was like very different audience, because in China, they have their how do you call it, their phones. So in China they have their phones. The whole audience, we had, let's say, 12,000 people in the audience. 12,000 people had their phones on. It was like, for me, it was like I was in front of cameras.
My God.
And you're not allowed. I mean, people make an announcement in the beginning, like, please don't use your cameras. How can you stop 12,000 phones? You can't. And you need 12,000 people to say, don't use it, don't use it, don't.
Yeah,
It's impossible. It was impossible. So it was like that. But
Right.
I don't mind if people use the cameras a little bit here and there. But I prefer the European audiences in many ways, because in Europe you also have the fun, you have people dancing, and you also have, like in Turkey, for example, I love Turkish people because they enjoy it so much. They dance and they sing,
Yeah.
and they love the songs. And we also have like one song which is called Olmasa Mektubun,
Mektubun. Yes.
which is also a Greek
Yes.
song called Hola Sethimizun,
Woo.
which we're also singing in the program. And I love it so much. And we're doing this with Burcu Hanje as well as a duet. And I love it. And the audience sings together with us. And it's a moment where people cry and people love it. And I don't know, I love this idea that people have, when they see a concert, that they get tears in their eyes and that they enjoy the concert so much, and they have this beautiful energy, and they really enjoy the concert. I really love it.
Yes, thank you. You also have many fans in Turkey. How does it feel to perform a Turkish audience? And since you will soon have concerts in Turkey, do you have a message or surprises for audience here?
I don't know. We might have a very, very good surprise, but I can't tell you yet. But I might have a very, very, very special guest. But I can't tell you yet. I will tell you though, at some point when the news breaks. But I might have a very, very special guest. We're trying to keep it quiet at the moment. But I'll let you know when that happens. But that's going to be a huge treat for the audience. But I'm waiting. But it's going to be very, very big. So I think people will love that. But I think there will be new stuff in the repertoire. And of course, a lot of my audiences, in Turkey, I left a message on my TikTok and Instagram saying to all my audiences in Turkey, please let me know what song you'd like me to sing in Turkey. And everybody wrote, please sing Vincero Perderò, please sing Hijo de la Luna, please sing, Sway, So I made sure I included most of what they wanted. So they have to come and see the show and see if their songs were included. I think most of what they asked I included, because I want my audience to be happy. And definitely Vincero Perderò is in the program, because I know that that's one of the songs that I truly, truly love, that Steve Wood has written for me. And it was on my original record, Sometimes I Dream. And of course, Sometimes I Dream is one of the songs that I love very much. And I changed the title of the actual performance. It's called So in Love. And it's a song that I sung with Lara Fabian in a movie with, which was a fantastic story, a fantastic movie. And I love that song. And that will be the title of the concerts. So in Love, of course, is a great love song, and I love by Cole Porter, and of course that's it sort of gives a title to the whole concert, because most of the songs are love songs, in my concert. So I think the audience will go away feeling very much in love and enjoying the concerts, and it will be a very good. They will have a very good time. And I don't do small concerts, as you know. I do big concerts. There will be a break, of course, so people can have a rest. But I don't do silly concerts like, let's go, let's get ready and let's go. No, I come in and I will give them an amazing concert. Amazing musicians.
Very nice, very nice. Our channel is followed by many young viewers. If you were to address them directly, what is the most important advice you would give to young people who want to become singers?
I would say don't let anyone tell you how you should do things. always keep your dream alive, and always keep working on that dream, and always work hard, and always keep searching for what makes you special and makes you different from anyone else. Don't try to be Celine Dion. Don't try to be Mario Frangoulis. Don't try to be, Ricky Martin. Don't try to be, someone else. Just be yourselves. And young people are our teachers. If we don't want to repeat ourselves and be the same people again and again, which is kind of boring, we listen to young people. I'm very good friends with a lot of young artists who teach me how to not be myself again and again and singing the same songs again. And I think this a great surprise that I told you of this great special artist who I want to invite, I'm not saying what, will be a huge, great surprise for all the young people.
Okay.
So I think they will enjoy it. So I really want all the young people to come and join us and see this concert, because I think they will enjoy it. It's not just for a certain age or so. It's also for young people. So I think they will love it. They will love it.
Wow. We are waiting. We are waiting. Okay. Last question. In our program, we have a tradition. Previous guests sang a piece from their own folk music. We would love for you to share a song from Greek folk music that you love.
Greek folk music.
Yes.
Folk music. I mean, there are a lot of folk music songs. You want me to sing it in the actual concert when I come to Turkey?
Yeah.
Yes. There are a few very beautiful songs. One is called "Στο είπα και στο ξαναλέω," which we like very much. One is very beautiful, which is called "Ο Γεροδήμος." Γερασάμο ρες παιδιά 50 χρόνους κλέφτης τον ύπνο δεν χορτάσα, μα τώρα σταμένος θέλω να πάω να κοιμηθώ, εστέρεψε η καρδιά μου, βρυσί το αίμα το χύσα, στα λαγματιά δεν μένει. Aman, aman, aman. Στα λαγματιά δεν μένει.
Wow! Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Very nice. Quick fire questions, Mario.
Of course.
Quick answers, please.
Okay.
Opera or pop?
Opera.
Wow. Stage or studio?
Stage.
A rehearsal without an audience or a concert with thousands?
A concert with thousands.
Luciano Pavarotti or Placido Domingos?
Both.
Wow. Choose right way. Andrea Bocelli or Jose Carreras? Not both.
Jose Carreras.
Okay. Maria Callas or Rene Fleming?
Maria Callas.
Okay. Josh Groban or Russell Watson?
Josh Groban.
Okay. Nana Mouskouri or Haris Alexiou?
Nana Mouskouri.
Okay. Athens or New York?
Both.
Okay. Morning coffee or evening wine?
Morning coffee.
Romantic ballads or dramatic arias?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Both.
No, choose only one.
I can't. I can't because they both kill me. They both kill me.
Okay.
I love them both. I love them both.
Okay, no problem. Fresh Aegean seafood or Turkish kebab?
I think Aegean seafood, because Aegean is also Turkish.
Yes. Same. A song about love or a song about freedom?
You know, freedom is more important.
Yeah.
If you're not free, you can't be in love.
Wow.
I think freedom.
Freedom. Very nice. Very nice answer. A week of concert marathon or a week of vacation? Yeah.
Now? You mean now after a very long summer? I think I would say a week of vacation now, because after that I'll have a week of marathon in Turkey.
Yeah. Cool. If you had the chance to sing only one song for the rest of your life, which song would it be?
If I had to sing one song for the rest of my life.
One song, yeah.
Show must go on. Show must go on.
Yeah. Cool. Very nice. Thank you so much, Mario.
Thank you.
This is all for all.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Emre, my friend. And
yes.
I'm very happy
yes.
that we managed to speak.
Thank you so much for everything. Mario Frangoulis has joined us today with this wonderful conversation and heartfelt answers. We can't wait to see him in his coming concerts in Turkey. Thank you, Mario, for being with us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for you. Take care.